Hello.
You are an engineer.
Agreed.
Doing something that I didn't think engineers did.
Okay.
Leave their office desk.
I know it's good to get out and see the machine working.
We were invited to Tegel and we love the concept of visiting factories within the UK and Ireland that we can. And I identified with Tom the C12 as kind of the flagship machine of the business.
Yeah.
Tell us what your part in this is.
All right, well, I'm a design engineer at Tegel Machinery. I've been there now 12.5 years. I've worked on various machines with the company. This is the biggest machine I've worked on.
What is a C12 in layman's terms?
It's basically a machine where you drop straw in the top into the big yellow tub. It rotates, it goes through a series of hammers, and it goes through certain size screens which are interchangeable, and then it just chops the straw into a set length, you know, which either can be used for feeding or for bedding for cattle.
Is this for feeding straw, or is this for bedding straw, or
Mainly
is this for everything?
For everything, basically. You can do both, really.
Who buys this type of machine?
It's either a big farmer who's got plenty of cattle, or it's for a contractor that moves around to a series of local farms.
And is that a common thing?
I think it is, yeah, it is quite common. I think with dairy farms now, they want to get the best that they can out of the cattle, and they want to feed them the right diet. And obviously having one of these machines just gives them the right amount of fibre, you know, for the cows to produce the right protein in the milk. This is the upgraded version of the machine. So the C12 has been out about 6 or 7 years already. We've got roughly about 100 machines made and distributed all over the world. We've taken feedback from those machines, and then this machine is the upgraded version. It's got various features to it. Without going into too much detail, one of the main things is the rotor housing. The distance between the actual hammers and the housing has been increased by about 200 millimeters, so that would allow more throughput and allow more damp materials to process through. The conveyor, the two-part conveyor, is a lot stronger and more durable, with twin rams at the base and also at the center. And also the conveyor is actually wider, is about 6 inches wider, and it's roughly about 0.6 of a metre, about 2 foot longer as well. She can handle straw. We have processed haylage through it and some hay through it. And also you can put what I call a grain milling hopper, which is like a V-shaped device that drops into the tub. And then you can process various different grain materials, obviously like corn, maize, dried peas, beans, you know, various. So it's a universal machine, not just to do straw, but to mill materials as well.
When you say processed barley, wheat, maize, these crops, what do you mean? And you mean like hammering the life out of them?
That's it, having like that's right, yeah. Almost turn them into like flour or broken up to break the shells so the...
Yes, and would a farmer, if he's harvested some grain, would that be a process that guys would go around and do this and then possibly treat it or whatever?
That's right, yeah, you said it, yeah.
And I'm assuming you just have to change sieves there.
That's right, yeah. You've got various, it's hard to show you, but there's 2 sieves inside of the machine. They basically slide out on 2 channels onto this platform. So you've got 2 screens in the machine, and you've got 4 being carried around with you, like a contractor's machine. And you can interchange the screens as you want by doing a series of about 6 bolts to undo.
Okay, so obviously there's a need for different chop lengths.
That's right, agreed, yeah.
And what are we talking? Dust to what?
Dust to about 100 mil.
100 mil?
Yeah. Basically, depending on what the need is and what their dietitians. Every farmer's dietitian has a different criteria to suit their cows, so this machine can vary the length of the chop to suit their individual needs. You
know what, you're 100% right there, and not that many years ago, our recommendation to farmers was the width of the cow's nose. Was what we talked about, the ideal width. But one of the key benefits to chopping the straw and processing it has to be in dry silage, and we're looking around us here on this farm beside the factory here today. The maize is going in, it's lovely and dry, and the grass is probably nice and dry, so if it's too dry and the straw is all different lengths, you can encourage this separation as we talk about in the feed. Brown bale straw, standard McHale size bale, many could be rattled through, do you reckon?
Well, what we say that the predecessor machine was designed to go up to 12 tons per hour. This one we'd say would do more because of the wider rotor housing. So we're looking in the region of 15, but we've still got to do some more actual tests on it to get the maximum throughput. There's always so many variables as your straw, as you know. There's the moisture content, the quality of the straw. It depends on what size tractor you got on the front of it. So it's quite a few variables to know exactly how much you can put.
And what combine process did you start
Exactly,
with?
yes. Yeah, agreed.
And
yeah.
what type of baling process even you've had?
Yeah, agreed.
You know, you said there about the tractor. Now, I don't want this to sound corny in any way, but that's a T6165 New Holland. Not allowed to run down any brands of tractors, and we're not. You need more horsepower.
You do, yeah. This is only our test tractor, really. Normally, we recommend this machine to be 180, 190 horsepower upwards, really. But most contractors are running at 240, 250 around that region. So that's when you get the proper throughput, really. Today, we only did it as a quick demo, just to give you an example that the machine will work on a smaller horsepower tractor as well.
Are you telling me that what I was watching today, based on that tractor there, I was still about 100 horsepower shy of where I could be and need to be?
Yes.
And if I had that 100 horsepower, i.e. T7, 245, T7, 270,
That's
whatever it may be,
Yeah, agreed.
I would have seen the difference up that elevator.
Definitely, you would have seen a lot more throughput, yes, yeah.
Wow. Do you work on any other machines within the brand?
A few, yeah. And in the past, I've worked on the Tomahawk T2, and we do drop in and out of different projects as well, depending what's needed at the time, really. So I've worked on a variety of machines in the past.
Well, funny you say that about the Tomahawk T2. Farmer Garth, where we are based in Ballymena, has literally just arrived home with a brand new one of those. It's yet to be plumbed up to the Merlot.
Good, yeah.
Will that be a good job?
Yeah, the Tomahawk machine, or the T2, is obviously it's a telehandler mounted machine at the moment. So obviously everything is driven by hydraulics or electronics. So obviously your power rating is all dependent on how much flow you've got going through it and how much pressure you've got, really. But they're a very good universal machine that you can keep around the yard, and you can hook it onto different telehandlers. So when you've got a telehandler in the yard, and you don't need to tie up an extra tractor that could be working out the fields at the time, really.
So the C12X is a step in the right direction, and the C stands for calibrator.
Yes, that's it. Yeah, calibrator. Yeah, because you can calibrate the length.
Yeah, and that's essentially it. It's for the big end user, contractor, straw in, cereals in, as long as it's high dry matter, she will crush it to whatever you need it to be.
Agreed.
And you've got the sieves with you.
Yeah.
And if you've plenty of horsepower.
Yeah.
And plenty of dairy farms, beef farms around you, or whatever you need the bedding for, you'll be busy.
Agreed. Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Well, Dave, thank you very much for talking to us a little bit about the machine, because I did feel a bit lost in the factory when I was going around, because there was so much happening. Still can't get over the fact you guys make your own rams, but we'll not get into that. Anyway, thank you, Dave.
That's right, thank you.